A lot of students on that. They were on a field trip coming back from Washington. Yeah. So glad everybody's safe. All right, let's get over to meteorologist Anthony Baglione showing us the big picture here. Rain has moved out. We're starting to see some sunshine.
We are, yeah. This is kind of for a select few at the moment, but it's really going to, I think, fill more in as we head through the rest of today. A couple things to talk about on this map. So we talk about high and low pressure a lot of times in weather. Think, generally speaking, low pressure, turbulent weather. High pressure is calming weather. It makes for a nice Friday, and that's what we have headed this way, is that high pressure. But here's where we currently sit. As you see that low offshore, that's going to bring all that moisture with it, kind of drag it off of our coast. It will be windy, though, for a large chunk of our coast today. What we feel, though, as the difference between the high and low, I think kind of moving from this direction, is wind. And that's what we're going to see today. Could be a little bit breezy because they're relatively close to one another. Once we settle down, though, into the weekend, the winds should start to come down. I was looking at some of our current observations, though. We're not necessarily seeing a huge gust factor, if you will, across the area, but maybe up to about 15 to 20 miles an hour through today coming out of the northwest. Here's what we're looking at, though, as far as futurecasts. So you can see that big old area, low pressure getting offshore. It takes the rainfall with it. The coastal areas, though, still may hang on to a little bit of that. We may see the cloud cover sticking around, just kind of being a little bit pesky for us for a little bit. But then 5 o'clock this afternoon into the evening, we should start to get more sunshine and then clearing skies as we head into tonight. Any and all cloud cover should be out of here. So it's making way for a really nice sun-filled weekend headed this way. Close to, if not at 60 for high temperatures today. We'll call it breezy, a little bit cool, but about where we should be for this time of the year. 65 tomorrow, 67 on Sunday. Our temperatures do start to warm back up, and then into next week, we are back in the low 70s on Monday, Tuesday, probably into Wednesday before. Looking ahead, I got to say, we may have a huge pattern flip into Thanksgiving, where we see consistently cooler temperatures in the 50s for a little bit of time. So that's something that's headed this way. Let's talk about the tropics here. Tropical Storm Sara, it is just churning a ton of moisture, unfortunately, off the coast of Honduras here over the next couple days. They are looking at some of the updated totals between 7 a.m. this morning to the next 2 to 3 days. They're looking at potentially 30 plus inches of rainfall in some local areas. So just a ton, unfortunately, of rain in that part of Central America. It's going to cross the Yucatan, likely to fizzle out. There are some indications it may still bring some tropical moisture into Florida. No hurricanes, though, are shown at this point in the models, and I think they're doing a good job of showing that. 65 for us on Saturday, 67 on Sunday. There are the 70s next week, guys, but 57, that's coming this way as we head into the later portions of next week. Here's the latest update in the tropics on what is still Tropical Storm Sara, pushing close to Honduras right now. Winds are at 50 miles an hour, and unfortunately, this is just going to bring a ton of rainfall in this portion of the Caribbean here through the next couple days, and as it crosses the Yucatan Peninsula. The current track and thinking from the Hurricane Center keeps this as a tropical storm until we head into probably late this weekend, and then it actually dissipates this completely as we head into early next week. No threat at this point is shown to Florida. I will say, though, looking down the line, it still looks like some of this moisture, potential leftover kind of system, could head toward the coast of Florida. None of the models, though, at this point are showing a hurricane. So that's a big change than what was potentially appearing to be the case a couple days ago. We'll still keep watching it, but this is the only system right now that we're keeping a close eye on in the tropics.